Because of who you are, there will always be forces gathering against you. Disguised as a friend, slipping past you as a stranger. They are everywhere. If you choose to continue as you are, know that you risk everything.
It's time.
A child touched by fire, destined to be our greatest warrior. You are a living weapon. Drive all other thoughts out of your mind except this.
This is my purpose.
Hey YouTubers, it's Charlie. Finally got that Iron Fist trailer, let's break it down. I've also got some news about Punisher and Defenders. Oh my god, probably the best part of this is just seeing his fists light up with chi as he gets ready to use his powers. So that's his superpower. He's able to harness his chi. So if you've seen like the cartoons or you've seen the comics, when his fists are on fire, that's the energy that he's harnessing. So there were 4 clips that they showed off at New York Comic Con. Most of it shows up in this trailer here, with Danny Rand first coming back to New York, kind of looking like a hobo, no shoes on, seeing Rand Industries, which is kind of like the Defenders version of Stark Industries. Danny Rand is a billionaire, just like Tony Stark, so they won't have any problems getting new gear. But as the monk's voiceover in the trailer implies, because of who you are, people will always be coming after you, trying to take what you have. So that's where you get into Meachum characters. So like on the Danny Rand side of this, you have the Meachums, sort of like the human villains. Then you have the Hand on the other side of this. Because in one of the clips, he's talking to Harold Meachum, who's kind of like the Kingpin. He's played by David Wenham here. He's one of the biggest villains of the series. But when Danny Rand is having this really creepy conversation with him, he says that Iron Fist is the mortal enemy of the Hand. These two are the Meachum siblings. They might change the comics a little bit and make them the son and daughter of Harold Meachum. But you have like the Meachum family, you have the Rand family. Danny is an orphan now just because his parents were killed in that plane crash. Even if you haven't seen the comics, they show some of the older footage in this too. But the cool thing here is that Harold Meachum knows about Iron Fist stuff. He knows about the capital cities of heaven and says, I understand you were taken in by some monks on the order of Crane Mother, who is confirmed to be Madame Gao, as we thought previously during Daredevil. They were always kind of back and forth about that, like Crane Mother always seemed like she was going to show up during Iron Fist, and now it's just confirmed. But it seems like the Meachums have since taken over Rand Corporation, so there's like the revenge aspect, like Harold Meachum is responsible for his family's death, but he also gets tied up in this larger conflict with the Hand, which is kind of our crossover point with the other Netflix series. Now, they didn't really get into like Hand stuff when we did Luke Cage, but think Daredevil Season 2 and kind of the crossover with Kingpin, Crane Mother, and the other people that were part of that crime syndicate, so Defenders will make that a little bit more clear. And they did confirm that Sigourney Weaver is the big bad of Defenders. They didn't say who she's playing though, but Iron Fist. The next most cool thing about this is Colleen Wing. She is definitely going to be my new favorite female character inside the Netflix universe, even more than Elektra, just based on this footage. She headbutts a dude's fist as he's trying to punch her. 2 dudes in a cage match, just going crazy. So she's kind of like a Claire Temple, Misty Knight type figure who will help Danny Rand. She's one of the good characters. So Claire Temple also confirmed to be showing up in Iron Fist. They brought Rosario Dawson on stage during the panel. And if you've seen the end of Luke Cage, then you'll know like the point of crossover. There's a really small moment that explains the connection between Colleen Wing and Claire Temple. But they did say that Claire Temple would get to throw down during Iron Fist because she's been training a little bit. So even if you haven't read the comics or seen any of the cartoons, let me know what you think about the Iron Fist visual effects. I think it's actually pretty good. Like, it's not too outlandish, and it looks more in keeping with the power levels of, say, like Luke Cage and the other Defenders. Like, Iron Fist is super powerful, but you want to have a certain amount of parity between the Defenders characters in their power levels and abilities. So like Daredevil's fighting style, for instance, looks very similar to Iron Fist, but because Iron Fist is full-blown kung fu, he's just a little more graceful. So when it comes to strength, he's also, when he's like fully charged with his chi, is about Luke Cage level strength. I would say a little more powerful than that, but he actually has to like harness it. It's not like an always on kind of ability like Luke Cage has. Like Luke Cage is kind of like a walking tank, and his tough skin is like a passive ability. He doesn't need to activate it. Iron Fist does, so you'd have to catch him unawares in order to get the upper hand. But it looks badass. It's coming out March 17th, so of course I'll be doing videos for it when it gets here. We'll probably see a whole bunch more trailers early next year as they start ramping up, and they're getting ready to shoot Defenders next month. They've already started shooting The Punisher, but I'll do like a separate video for Punisher stuff. But they have started, like they literally just started shooting Punisher this week, which is way earlier than I thought it was going to be. So big if, but if they can finish filming by really early next year, then they might be able to get the Punisher series out by the very end of next year. So big if there, just depends on how fast they're able to get through it. But I already did that Netflix and chill video, so I'll post a link to that at the end of this so you can listen to like the other Defenders characters talk about the timelines, when they're going to be meeting up. So get hyped, it's going to be awesome. And just because I'm so happy, I'm going to start a new round of the Marvel giveaway. All you have to do to enter is be a subscriber and leave a comment on this video. So what's going to happen next is I have a new Flash video that I'm almost done with, and then I'm going to post the Walking Dead Season 7 panel. There's also supposed to be some new Walking Dead footage that's still a few weeks away from premiering, so I'll probably do a video for that on Monday. So just so much New York Comic Con stuff dropping. I'll try to stay on top of all of it. There's going to be some more Jon Bernthal Punisher stuff tomorrow, but I'll try to add it to any Punisher videos that I make in the next couple of days. So get hyped. While you guys wait for that to post, you can click here for that Defenders Netflix and chill video, and you can click here for the Justice League behind the scenes video. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Let's high five. I'll see you guys tonight.